Hey, it's David Baer, and I recently recorded a video where I talked about a platform called Marketing Boost, which is used to create travel incentive programs for lots of different purposes. I was talking about, using it as a way to add incentive to whatever it is that you might be selling. Well, I got an interesting question here. Can you share an email template to send a prospect to sign up for the program? Now, assuming that you are an affiliate for this offer and you want to promote it to your list, as I recently did, there's lots of different ways that you can do that. And I'm going to walk you through a couple of different ways to think about this. So let me pull up the email that I sent out. This was a story-based email where I actually took my own story, my personal experience. I told a story, and then I found a way to tie in at the bottom the incentive offer from Marketing Boost. And I had a link here and then a link down here as well. Basically, the story talks about how back when I had a short stint working for a company that sold ad space on shopping carts, the guy who was the manager I worked with would make deals with local hotels on the coast here in Oregon to be able to give as incentives to people who bought our advertising. Hey, would you sign up for the ads? You can get 12 months of repeat exposure by advertising on a shopping cart. Hey, guess what? I'll throw in a weekend resort trip out to the Oregon coast, right? That was basically the idea. And then I said, well, you can do this too. And in fact, you don't have to make the deals yourself. All you need to do is click here and you can see how this is all done for you. So it was a story-based email because I knew my audience of business owners were very much interested in interesting angles, unusual ways to market their business. And so I was telling a story about how to do that. Well, there's lots of different ways that you can promote something as an affiliate. I'm just going to pull open an email writing tool that I bought over on AppSumo called Email Writer. I actually have spent pretty much zero time in this tool, but I opened it in my attempt to answer this question because I thought there might be some interesting takes on how to promote as an affiliate. And so what I'm sharing with you here is their different types of campaigns, multi-email campaigns around affiliate marketing. So the first campaign is obviously a welcome email sequence when somebody first joins your list. But there are a few different types of campaigns that you might consider when you are promoting something. And I'm gonna point out two very specific ones, and then I'll talk a little bit about this last one here as well. The first one is an overt promotional campaign where you are actually saying, "Hey, I've got something for you. It's on sale right now, or here's a reason you want to buy right now, or you need to click over here right now." This often will be a promotional series about either somebody who you're promoting has a special offer, or you can invent a reason to have a special offer at this point in time by saying, I have a bonus that I'm including, but it's for a limited time just during the period that I'm sending you these emails. And, on Sunday night at midnight, this bonus goes away, right? So you need to create a reason why in your sequence to be able to incentivize somebody to take action now. Okay. The next one is something called a soap opera email sequence. And this is a series of story-based emails that basically tell an ongoing story. Maybe there's, a problem that came up and you're talking about how it got resolved, and you continuously reference the thing you happen to be promoting along the way. Now, there's another part to the soap opera sequence, which is if you sort of know the structure of soap operas, right, there's always a cliffhanger. There's always a reason to tune in the next time. And so if you were to take a series of, let's say, 5 or 7 emails and tell a continuous story over the course of those emails with additional tidbits that you sort of can foreshadow, say, you know, and then we had this. Then the waiter came over to our table and opened his mouth and said, "Well, it's too long for this email. I'll cover those details in the next email. Watch your inbox tomorrow for what the waiter said." Now that was pretty terrible, but you sort of get the idea, right? That you're leading up to something. There's great anticipation on the part of the reader, and then you tell them, "I'll get back to that tomorrow. Watch your inbox." Well, you can do this in a series of multiple emails where you are building a dramatic arc. And in the process, you can also say, by the way, here's where you can get a resource that will help address this issue. So that's the general concept behind a soap opera sequence. And then there's these Seinfeld emails. These are basically one-off emails, kind of like the one that I showed you, where it tells a quick little story, it educates people, it entertains people in a single email, and then sends them off to a promotion, which may have absolutely nothing to do with the content of the email, by the way. You could have an email that's talking all about how you took your kids to the park and they played with some other kids, and then some dog ran over, and like you teach a little lesson there, right? How the kid was about to pet the dog, and the dog started barking and scared the wits out of the kid, right? And so you can say, you can then take that entire story and segue over to whatever it is that you want to sell, right? So in this case, the scenario that I just gave you of the kid scaring the dog, you could segue by saying something as simple as, my kid was scared, but here's something you don't need to be scared about. An amazing offer from Marketing Boost. And then you can just transition completely to a different topic, right? Again, that was a little sloppy, but you sort of get the point, which is that you engage people through email, you build relationship through email so that they want to open up your emails and consume them. And if they like you, if they know you, if they trust you, they're going to click on the things that you're recommending as well. So that is a key part of the answer to this question about, do I have a template to promote this? Well, no, I don't have a template, but I am more than happy to share some ideas about how you can easily develop a promotional process. So here's the last thing I think is really important. You got to know your audience. You got to know what who is subscribed, what they care about, and find the right angle for them. So the last place that I would actually come to maybe come up with some content for an email is the sales page where I'm going to send the traffic. So this is the page that as I'm promoting Marketing Boost, I send people to this page. Now, I want something that is going to be relevant potentially in my email to the page they're landing on. So if the very first thing they see is how to instantly boost sales by 60% or more, well, I could actually swipe some of these ideas that are here in on the sales page to talk about, right? So there's a few different points that they're making here. Number one, stop undercutting yourself. So you can read this and say, oh, well, this might be an interesting angle for an email. Or this one, offer a high value incentive you don't personally have to fulfill, right? And you can talk about that. Number three, let us wow your new clients and customers, right? So by the way, these are 3 emails. You could take these restructure them, put them into a format of an email, and then continuously send traffic to this page through a series of at least 3 emails, simply by taking this content right from this page, reworking it in your voice, making it relevant to the people on your list, and telling them to come over here and check out what you have to offer, what you're promoting. So that's another way to build out an affiliate promotion via email. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope that this answers the question that was raised here. Can you share an email template to send a prospect to sign up for the program? Well, I hope that in lieu of a template, I've given you ideas about how you can be creative in building out email promotions, regardless of what you're trying to promote. There's lots of different ways to do it, and I've shared just a few, but the more that you actually practice writing your emails yourself, rather than taking templates and using formulas, fill in the blank templates at the very least, I think the more successful you're going to be at getting your message embraced by the readers on your list. I hope this was helpful, and if it was, please do consider leaving me a comment down below and feedback on the video. I certainly appreciate it.